Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, today we are going to continue with the Transit Connect. Yeah, definitely got to get that gearbox out today. We're going to switch that clutch over and get the gearbox back in. It's just, a little bit of, I'm sort of doing a couple of bits at a time. So even though I'm doing the clutch and taking the gearbox out, I'm also doing part of the service. So I'm removing the oil and I'm sort of removing parts on the driver's side to get to the timing belt-ish, covers and stuff like that. So I'm kind of, combining it all together, but we need to get that gearbox out today. We'll just crack on. But as you can see, they've got the old beanie on and it's getting cold now. And apparently in the UK, over the next couple of weeks, the temperature is going to drop. We're getting that time of year where cold, winter, possibly snow, ice, all those kind of bits and pieces. So, yeah. But what I've had a look at, this week really is going to be the warmest week for me to do stuff outside. And that is the MG4. We need to get out there before the temperature starts to really drop. We need to get out there and do whatever we can with the airbags and the seat belts and the dash. I want to try and get all that sort of back together so we can get the car in here if it runs and drives. We don't even know if it runs and drives yet, but I'm thinking and looking at the weather, Thursday this week is going to be the warmest day this week. So we need to get out there on Thursday. But for now, let's get set up. Let's get cracking with this. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, after a big struggle, I've got to be honest, I managed to get the starter motor up, and basically there's when you remove the starter motor on this engine, behind the starter motor there's a bolt that's holding the where's the torch? Let me show you. There is a bolt, which is that one there. It's a 13mm bolt, and it sits right there behind. You see it where is it? Just there, that hole there. It's behind the actual starter motor, so it's the other side inside where the starter motor sits. You have to remove the starter motor and then work out, hold on a minute, there's a bolt that's sticking there which holds the actual engine to the bell housing. So that has to be removed as well. And that was an absolute killer to try and get out. It was so hard. There's just no room in there to get to it, but I've got it out. So I think now is the time to start supporting this engine, so we can then release that gearbox, come down a little bit on that gearbox mount, and see how it goes. Basically, everything's been removed. Everything's been taken off. There's just one more bolt that's at the top that's holding it in place, and that obviously engine mount, a gearbox mount there, and that can be lowered down slowly. But what I did earlier was I thought, I really don't want to remove that plastic sump that's underneath. The only way to support it underneath, right, is to remove that plastic sump, and then you can support it on the actual metal underneath, on the actual engine itself, because you don't want to be supporting that and pushing up on that, because that's plastic, and there's no way I want to be breaking that. So I went out and got myself an actual proper engine gearbox support. This one's a Clark strong arm from Machine Mart in Southend. Went over there and grabbed it off them. This is obviously new. I've not had one of these before. I don't know really how you set it up and how it works. I'm hoping it's sort of self-explanatory there, but you've got to be able to get a solid fixing point both sides. So I'm hoping that we can get this across. I've got to work out what I'm going to do here, because from what I can see, there's not really anywhere where we can get a support, unless I can get a support on the actual chassis legs there and the other side. But I'll have to put some blocks or some wood or something to bring it up and then set it on that. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to tie it off of that eye there on the engine, and then that allow us to go up and down. So let's get set up. I'm going to try and get this worked out, and you'll see me do that. But let's just, let's just see if we can get set up, guys, and then just get it slowly get it started lowered, really. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Let's do this. Right, guys, this is not working. it, I honestly thought I could support it with timbers across and it would be okay, sturdy enough for me to get it up and down, but it just isn't. It's crazy. Basically, these arms here, these two long arms, they sit on the edges of the vehicle, but on this van, there is no edges. You've got like a headlight, and then underneath the headlight, there's nothing. It just goes down to the bottom of on the rail, and it goes quite far down there as well. So I don't think they're gonna work going that far. But I don't know. I don't think this setup works with this van and this setup of the van. I can see like that. See that rail down? Let me show you. Look, see that rail there? It's supposed to sit on there, on that bit there. It's supposed to sit on that, but it's so low. It's so down there that I'm not going to be able to get anything. I'm not going to be able to get that on that low and still get a support on this. So yeah, there's no way that it's just too flimsy. It's just not holding it. It's just too flimsy. It's just I can't do it like that. It's just it's too dangerous. So I've got to figure this out. I've got to work this out. I think I'm going to take the headlights. I'm going to try and take the headlight out just to see what's underneath there. But I can't support anything on that because it's plastic. It just can't do it. It's yeah, becoming a bit of a pain now, guys. Bit of a time wasting thing this is becoming, but it's a new support bar. I've not had one before. I'm trying to work it out. I think on a normal car with normal like side struts or supports, it would be okay. This could go on there and you could support it easily, but in this van, it's just not having it. It's not working out. So let's get a headlight out. Let's have a look to see if we can support this safely. But the actual height is good. Do you know what I mean? That height where that bar is a good position because it's giving me enough there in the chain so I can go up and down where I want it. So that's good. But I just don't think... I don't know if it's going to work out. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's just keep wasting the day. See how we get. But we have to carry on and try. So, yeah, let's do this. Right, okay. Well, guys, that is so much better and safer, most importantly. Yeah, you can see I had to remove the bumper to get the lights out because there was a bolt here. So I just sort of pulled the bumper out of the way. And I've got to be honest, with the bumper out of the way, it gives me some more space when we're doing the clutch and when we're doing the timing belt as well. We've got so much more space in there to work and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's out of the way. But you can see now that these legs are now sitting on that internal legs there. And that's the way they should be supposed to sit. So it's supposed to sit like that, and the bar it's got to sit straight. There's not a lot of room now to work. I've still got to get in there. I've still got to undo some bolts. There's not a lot of room, but yeah, we're getting there. So yeah, but a much better support. I even put the jack there. just in case, because I just didn't know if it was going to be all right. But in fact, it's yeah, it's fine. The other thing about using this bar as well is that I can actually now use the ramp still. So I can take the ramp up and down. Whereas before, when I was doing it with the jacks, you can only support it with the jack on the engine and then a jack on the gearbox. And you've only got that room. You can't then maneuver the actual lift up and down, if you know what I mean. So, and this bar, it's an investment in it at the end of the day. It's part of the tools. It's something extra I need. It's something extra I've got. And it's just another little step in the right direction of getting all the tools that I want. But yeah, it's unbelievable. So now I can obviously just move that up and down as and when we want to. But at the minute, I want to remove that gearbox mounting bracket that's on the top of it. That's got to come off. 3 bolts there. So we'll get that out of the way, because that'll give us enough movement to take it down. So yeah, but it's getting close now, guys. We are getting close now. So let's continue. Now we've got it in a safe position to try and get this gearbox down. So let's do this. Right, okay, guys. It's going all right, I've got to be honest. And yeah, this bar is working out really, really well, and it's lowering in the correct position, and we're getting there. Look, so it was slowly it's lowering. You can see that there was right up there, so it's coming down, but I've forgotten one bolt. So I thought I undone all the bolts, as you do when you're doing this, and it didn't want to come out, and I thought something's still holding. Let me just check around the gearbox to see if there's any more bolts that's holding, and there is. Now, I've done this before. I've definitely done this before, and there's one bolt on the side there. You see it just sitting there, but you can't get that bolt out without removing that stud for the catalytic converter. It is a pain, a right pain. In fact, I'm even thinking about removing the whole front end to do this, believe it or not, because It's just, there's just no room. There's no room in there. And it's such an awkward, poxy job that I'm thinking, it's going to be quicker. I think it is going to be quicker just to remove this. Probably can keep the crash bar where it is, but you can remove this as a separate part. I'll show you. I've got one over here from a Focus. See that part there? Look, that's sitting there. See that there is that front end, basically, on that top part. It's there. It's not that bad, I've got to be honest, to remove. It's just going to give me so much more space. It's just doing my nutting. It really, really is. And I'm kind of done for today. And how I know, when I get to the end of the day, how I know that enough's enough, got to call it a day, is when you stand over here and you go, right, I need a 13mm socket. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. They should all be put away in their box, but they don't. Because I'm using them, they get stuck here. And when I'm standing here going, right, I definitely need a 13mm socket. Couldn't find it. And I was standing there for ages, trying to find it. And it's there. It's sitting right there. So, at that point, at the end of the day, that's it. When I start doing stuff like that, it is time to call it a day. So I'm going to leave it there. That's going to be the end of today's video. We're going to come back tomorrow, guys. We're going to get this out. We're probably going to move the front end just because it's going to be easier taking out the gearbox and the catalytic converter and removing all that and putting it back together quicker. So, yeah. It's crazy. It's mental, isn't it? But, yeah, that's going to be the end, guys. Don't forget, drop me a comment down below. Give the video a thumbs up. And I'll see you tomorrow when I've had a good night's sleep and fresh-minded, come back to it, and we'll get on with it tomorrow. So, yeah, but it's becoming a bit of a long-winded job, I've got to be honest. But once it's done, it's done. This van will go on for over 100,000 miles once I've done all this work. So it's definitely mechanically needs to be done. If we're doing all this work, putting all the new wheels, the stickers, and, you know, making it nice and fancy, mechanically, it's got to be sound. So, yes. Right, guys, that's it. I'm going home. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow in the next one.